What's going on, everybody? Hey, we back. We is back, and we could have came back at a better time. It's Paul Caesar podcast. I tried to go live on YouTube tonight, but I gotta wait 24 hours. So, excuse me, a little late dinner. So, let me tell you what's been happening to me these past few months. So, just been working. Got this pandemic. Been happening. Been working. Started up a business. Now we're trying to make the move to Texas. So now it's just, saving money, planning, plotting, for all the good things, of course. So that's pretty much, what's been going on with me. Now, let's get down to the nitty gritty. I have a couple, talking points tonight. So first thing first, black community. We gotta wake up. We have to wake up. It seems like 1 out of every 4 years, right? This happens every 2 to 4 years, excuse me. So every 2 to 4 years, the elections happen. Midterm and a general election. And during this time is when we all be at each other's necks. No cap. Like, this is like real facts. We all be at each other's necks. So we ready to kill each other. We call each other coon, Uncle Tom, sellout, everything in the book. Because everybody has their feelings so dreads in this politics. And it's like, I always tell people, we have to use facts over feelings. Because once you get your feelings involved, you're ready to fight somebody, you're ready to shoot somebody, you're ready to call somebody a name that you're going to regret later on down the line. Hell, I've lost friends, But the thing is, I stand by my opinion, So it is what it is. But even before the elections, right? Why is we not solving the issues that is currently plaguing our community? For instance, black on black crime, abortion, no father in the home, no generational wealth being built. The school that you send your child to is terrible. It's not trying to get better. They don't want your child to get better. They don't want your child to succeed. Amongst other things. So I'm just saying, like, black people, we have to wake up. We have to really wake up. Because look what's happening right now in the country. We still have no laws that's helping us. No laws that's helping us. No laws. Not wealth. Not laws that will help us, get like stuff that won't, that's not getting us over the top. If you kind of understand what I'm saying, right? And a lot of you guys is very misinformed. That's why I'm here today. This is a special report. The Paul Caesar special report. Liberals versus conservatives and the black community. Because I'm all for black people. Now, speaking of elections, let's get a few things clear. 2008, voted Democrat. 2012, voted Democrat. Right? For 2013 on to 2016, I did extensive research. I sat down and did research on both parties, right? And it's some, very revealing things. Things that is going to enlighten you. Stuff that they did not teach us in any school, not elementary, not middle, not high school, or college. Because we were always taught, well, at least from what I've experienced, we were always taught that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, Democrats is for the people, Republicans is not. So that really left a lot. It's left us misinformed severely. So I'm about to give y'all some little talking points, some points. Now, this is my opinion. If you disagree, you can always comment. You can DM me. Hell, if you got my phone number, you can call me. So, boom. So, we're going to start with the Republican Party first. Just give me a few moments, I'm pulling up my notes. Hold on, people. Now, I'm not gonna give you a shit ton of talking points. I'm just, give you the, specifics. Not specifics, but specifics. So, boom, the Republican Party, or the Grand Old Party, that's what it's called, GOP, Grand Old Party. Founded in 1854. The first Republican president was Abraham Lincoln, right? They banned slavery in 1865. They helped beat the Confederacy in the Civil War, right? They started Reconstruction, which the Democratic Party opposed. Like, they opposed, like, severely. Like, it's a lot of talking points. So just bear with me, right? Now, this is what it's saying right here, right? The GOP supports free market capitalism, lower taxes, restrictions on immigration, increased military spending, gun rights. I'm big on guns too. Restrictions on labor unions. I believe it's a lot of stuff that black people would gear towards. Especially guns, free market capitalism, immigration. Like I said, we're already limited as it is when it comes to black people because of black on black crime, abortion. Many of our people die at an early age because we can't take care of our body. We don't want to take care of our body. Like, we don't eat to live, we eat to die. That's why I'm on a diet right now. Even though I eat some tater tots, I earned it. But, I'm just eating some. I'm not, I got a shit ton of fruit in my fridge, water, healthy shit in my fridge. I just had to get rid of this. And I just want to throw it away. So, boom. Now, if I'm missing anything important, like I said, comment. Comment, DM me, whatever. Now, as I stated with the Republican Party, up until, from 1879 to 1935, the Republican Party had 22 black Republicans in Congress. 22. When it comes to the Democratic Party, their first black Democrat in Congress came in 1935. That's almost, 80 years ago, 85 years ago. And for the GOP, they, pretty much went through a little shift. All the black people that was Republican, like I said, we used to be conservative. This is a true story. But then it started to shift to the Democratic Party, which here we are today. Now, I'm sorry, guys. Should have been more prepared, but hey, I'm here for the party already. Now, The Democratic Party. Woo! They founded the KKK, started Jim Crow laws, opposed many laws and regulations that help black people. Go look it up. This is the true story. Like opposed, like they thought of us as property, not as human beings, as property. If you don't believe me, I could pull up the case that started the Civil War. Better yet, since we got time right now, I could do it right now. Oh yeah. Hold on, people. And I could also post a video about the case that led to the Civil War. So boom. Now, so after all this had happened, right? We got to fast forward now to the 1930s, 40s. You know, now we're about to, starting to rise now, right? Don't get it twisted when people be saying that we've been oppressed all this time, because we haven't. Because during those times, black people owned land. They had black people was prospering back in the early 1800s, the late 1800s, the early 1900s. We was balling out here. Don't get it twisted. We was out here winning. But going back to the Democratic Party, they started Jim Crow laws. That was when, they pretty much denied us a lot of rights. Pretty much saying that, hey, we're not, we're property. We're property. We're not even people. We're property. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a part of any party that considers me as a piece of property. Not a human being. At the end of the day, I'm a human being. I'm not property. Now, so here we are now. 2020 election. We got the current president, Donald J. Trump, going up against Joe Biden, who was the former vice president from 2008 to 2016. Now, I just want everybody, just to sit and just think for a second, right? Just sit and think for a second. Trump has been in politics. Sat in the Oval Office, then debated politics with other politicians for 3.5 years. And hopefully, I hope he gets another 4 years. Joe Biden has been in politics longer than I've been alive. I just want people to think about that. I'm 32 now. He's been in politics since the 1970s. We're in 2020. Think about that, people. We're in 2020. And if you look in that Obama era, this is why I need people to just, to sit there and do their research. Obama and Joe Biden did not help us. Yes, it looked good because, he's a black man, he's one of us, and we finally saw one of us actually be at the most prestigious level of government there is, which is the presidency, the president of the United States. I could tell my grandkids or my great-grandkids or whatever that, hey, I seen a person that looked like me be elected president. But I'm also going to tell them that, hey, that man really ain't do shit for us. He gave laws to illegal immigrants, LGBTQ. We had a shit ton of black men and women killed by police. There was no police reform laws. Like none of that. Like we did not benefit. We actually gotten worse. Like I said, black on black crime is still prevalent in America, especially in the inner city communities like Chicago, New York City, Detroit, LA. That is all Democratic ran, by the way. It's still prevalent in these big cities. Drugs, poor education. We can't get jobs. It's not like we can't get jobs, because we can get jobs. We just relying too much on them. We want to be stuck on welfare. We want to be stuck on food stamps. We want handouts. And with the GOP, they're pretty much telling us like, hey, like, if you just, read at the regulations that will help you, instead of you begging us for help, y'all can help yourselves. There's nothing wrong with helping yourself. That's why I'm trying to go. That's why I'm in business. That's why I'm trying to get this restaurant open so I can be in business for myself. Like at the moment, I'm trying to find the necessary loopholes, to navigate through, so I could start getting funding. I'm doing it the right way. But they gave the Democratic Party gave more rights to illegal immigrants than black Americans. We live here. We're from here. I'm from America. Last time I checked, my birth certificate says New York. LGBTQ got more rights and regulations than us. And they barely have to protest. Meanwhile, we're still fighting for the same shit for the past 50 years. And I don't know how y'all don't see a problem with that. That is a big problem that needs to be addressed. Why is it that for the past 50 plus years and counting, we are still fighting for equality? Listen, I could care less about equality. Listen, just give me the money I need to make money. Fuck all that bullshit. Give me the money that I need so I can go make some money. So I can go be great. So now here we are again. Like I said, we have the 2020 election, and everybody is at each other's throats. They're ready to kill each other. Instead, we need to be uniting. We need to be coming up with ways to beat the system. We need to be coming up with ways to not even depend on the system. Why is we not addressing black on black crime? Why is we not addressing the child support system, the welfare system? Why is we not addressing these issues? These are the real issues here. Why is we not addressing Section 8? Why is we talking about abolishing the police? And I'm going to get to that later. If anything, we need to abolish Planned Parenthood. We need to abolish child support. We need to abolish welfare. That's what we need to abolish. We don't need to abolish the police. Because if shit happens to you, guess who you're going to call? You're not calling Ghostbusters either. You're calling the police. So, that's some things I want you to think about. Now, also, with the Democratic Party, they opposed the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. They opposed it. They did not want us to be free. As I stated about 15 minutes ago, they did not want us to be free. We were still considered a piece of fucking property to these people. And now here we are in 2020. George Floyd got murdered. Breonna Taylor got murdered. I forgot his last name. He got murdered, along with countless other unarmed black men and women. Right? Sit down and get your thinking caps out. So all these murders that happened in the hands of police, and we're still out here protesting. Now, do I believe that police reform should happen? Hell yes. Yes. Now, when we're talking about that, it's a slippery slope, because yes, we want chokeholds banned, but what if the perpetrator is coming to attack you? Like say if I'm a policeman, right, and I'm going to like a little domestic dispute or whatever, so I go in the house, try to defuse the situation, and here comes the perpetrator charging at me. That's when I believe you would need a chokehold. Like you would need to utilize the chokehold when you're actually under attack, not when an innocent man or woman is just standing there not doing nothing, got his hands behind his back or his hands up in the air saying, hey, I'm unarmed, yada, yada, yada. Then no, you do not need to use a chokehold. You do not need to use any takedown move. But I believe in instances like that, if somebody is coming to attack you, then use whatever method you have to do to make sure that person learns their fucking lesson. Like, hey, you can't attack a cop and expect me to not fuck you up. So, now one thing I do agree that needs to be outlawed all throughout the country is no-knock warrants. Ban that shit all day. Ban that shit. Because I know if somebody try to break down my door, I'm getting the hammer. The hammer's coming out immediately. And I don't know who's in front of that door, who's on the other side of that door. That should definitely be outlawed. That is the fact. Also, what needs to be enacted, more police training. When I was in the military, I was in a military police unit at Fort Carson, 759th Military Police Battalion, 127th Military Police Company, 52nd Military Police Brigade. Shout out to them. Whatever. And they got extensive training, like very extensive training. They're pretty much training year round. Then they go out and, do their patrol. But when patrol is over, right, so boom. So let me give you an example. I was in the 127th Military Police Company, right? So in the battalion, I believe there was, so 127th, 984, 59th, and fucking headquarters. And I think there was one more. So each time, right, each company had a chance to do patrol. I believe for like a good 3 months. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong. Then once patrol is over, then it rotates to the next company, then the next company, then the next company. But when the other companies is not on the road, they're training. They're doing police training. They're doing police scenarios. They're doing police trainings year round. So I think that definitely has to be enacted in the police reform bill. More extensive police training. So that way, a police officer don't always have to go grab their gun, even when somebody is unarmed. Don't have to grab their gun. Don't have to go take somebody down and they're innocent, Stuff like that. But we can't be talking about defund the police, abolish the police. That sounds stupid. Especially living in the state of Florida. You really want to abolish the police in the state of Florida? Good luck with that. Listen, imagine if they be like, we're going to abolish the NYPD. Man, it will be fucking bedlam. Like, come on, like, you have to think, just sit down and use common sense. Abolish the police force. Exactly. That's gonna give motherfuckers like me an opportunity to run up in your shit. Not that I'ma do it, but somebody else is gonna do it. So we can't. As a matter of fact, if you go on Tucker Carlson's Instagram page, he posted a video yesterday and in this video there was a news reporter out in D.C. and a guy came up and tried to attack her. He was wearing a dress too. It was a white man, a Caucasian man, wearing a dress in broad day. He was coming up like he was going to attack her, but luckily there were guys, that came and got him out the way or whatever, right? And the lady's response was, "Where are the police when you need them?" Y'all talking about abolishing the police, but when something happens to you, you're gonna need the police. So like I said, common sense needs to be taught. Like, there needs to be a class on common sense. Fuck that. Now, like I said, black community, what are we gonna do about all of our issues that's still going on to this day that we're not addressing? A couple of weeks ago in Chicago, there was 114 shootings, I believe. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was like, hold on, let's take a look at it real quick. Chicago Memorial Day weekend. So this is May 27th, 2020, the Chicago Tribune. So it says here, at least 50 people were shot in Chicago over Memorial Day weekend. The next day, another 28 were shot, including a 5-year-old girl standing with her family. Just minding her own business. It's minding her own business. When are we going to address that? Where's Black Lives Matter for that? Listen, it says right here, the violence that marked Chicago's Memorial Day weekend spilled into the week, with 23 people shot between Tuesday afternoon and early Wednesday, including a 5-year-old girl and 2 teenage boys. The 3 children were hit when someone fired from a passing dark-colored car about 10:40 p.m. yesterday, 10:40 p.m. Tuesday. So, the girl was shot in the leg. The 2 teenage boys, one was shot in the leg and the face, and the other was shot 3 times in the leg. When are we going to address that? When are we going to address that? When is the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, yeah, her, that clown, when is she going to address that? Where's Black Lives Matter? Where's the outrage? Nobody is saying nothing about this. Listen, I'm a black man. I'm an American too. I'm an American. I have no problems when I'm out here on the streets with any type of law enforcement. Any encounter I ever had with law enforcement, everything was smooth. Listen to this now. Daryl Greer, 28 years old, was shot in the right shoulder and side. He was taken to Norwegian Memorial Hospital in Chicago, where he was pronounced dead at 3:59. Joseph Willis, 19 years old, just getting started with his life. His life ended at 4:23 p.m. that day. So, what are we going to do about that? Because nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's saying nothing about this. Black Lives Matter is not. The mayor is not. None of these rappers and athletes, they're not saying nothing. They're still talking about defund the police. And speaking of these actors and fucking athletes and rappers, these motherfuckers is millionaires. They're millionaires. They live in the nicest, most protected neighborhood money can buy. LeBron lives in the Hollywood Hills. You're not worried about a motherfucker running up in your house. You're not worried about a drive-by shooting. Come on, like, who is you fooling? Meek Mill? Like, all these other niggas Y'all not worried about getting shot at. Y'all live in the nicest neighborhood money can buy. P. Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyonce, like, where's the outrage? Where's the outrage in that? So, the black community, we need to start taking accountability of our own actions. Why is black on black crime still high? Why is education still low? Why is wealth still low? Why is pregnancies out of wedlock? No marriages, jobs. Kind of see what I'm getting at? And then during the protest, we here burning up our own shit to where the people don't want to come back. They don't want to repair it because, like, damn, like, we don't work all this hard just for people to just destroy it. I don't want to come back here. Do you know what happens after that? The quote-unquote white man comes in, buys that up, and they make some high-rise apartments and they charge a fucking arm and a leg for it. That's called gentrification, ladies and gentlemen. Like, y'all want to burn shoe stores and loot Gucci and all this other shit, but nobody's going down to the courthouse. Nobody's going down to their local official's office and demanding justice. They can't beat all of y'all. So that's why, I made the decision to not protest. I'm not posting anything Black Lives Matter. Y'all can kiss my ass on that. That's just not going to happen because I believe, in my opinions, that, hey, listen, if you want to protest, that's you. Me, I'm coming up with other ways to bring my people up, like to build them up. Hopefully when I open this restaurant in Texas, I'm definitely going to recruit people my color. Listen, you want to cook, you want to learn how to cook or whatever and be a chef and be in this business, hey, come through. I'll train you for free. Then you can start working, start making some money. Oh, you just got out of prison and you need a job? Hey, listen, you're going to start out as a dishwasher. You show me that you want to be here, I'll move you up. I'll show you the ropes. But you got to want it. And it's like, we don't want it right now. We want shit handed to us. We hear grown-ass black men crying. Grown-ass black men crying. Oh, white supremacy. White people don't care about me. Man, listen, I don't give a rat's ass who don't like me, I don't give a rat's ass. Listen, at the end of the day, I gotta look out for me. I gotta look out for my 8-year-old niece, my 22-year-old niece, and my 22-year-old nephew. I gotta look out for them. I gotta look out for my immediate family and my immediate friends, the ones I have left. Because listen, like I said, the majority of my friends that used to talk to me on an everyday basis, they don't talk to me no more. They don't fuck with me no more. Why? Because I did my research and came to the conclusion that, hey, I'm not going to vote liberal no more. Now we're going to segue into that. Yes, in the 2020 election, yes, I will vote for Donald Trump. Yes, I'm going to do that. Yes, I'm going to vote conservative for the first time ever. Because I feel like right now, put your feelings to the side. Put your feelings to the side. Feelings to the side. Facts over feelings. Pre-coronavirus. When he beat this little impeachment hoax. You can't sit here and deny that everybody was out here thriving. The economy was going good. The stock market was going good. Laws were being passed for black people like HBCUs. Listen. And there's a lot of people saying that, oh, Trump took it away. Yeah. Listen. When Obama was in office, right, the funding for if you don't believe me, look it up. The funding for HBCUs was on a year-to-year basis. So every year, These colleges, like these representatives from these HBCUs, every year will come to the White House and ask for funding from the federal government. Trump made it to where it's permanent, so that way you won't have to bring your ass back up here every year. Here you go. You got this forever. This is permanent. That's one. Number two, the First Step Act got numerous people out of jail, numerous black people out of jail, got them back into society, and now he's about to hopefully do the Second Step Act, which will help black people, convicted felons, get a job, be back in the workforce, so they won't have to go back to doing what they were doing that led them in jail in the first fucking place. This is a fact. Look it up. And we're not talking about a presidential pardon. Obama did pardons. He didn't do nothing as far as prison reform is concerned. He did nothing of that nature. Nothing of that nature. Look it up. Listen, everything that I'm saying right now is public information. Us black people, we would rather look up to see if a person is a snitch rather than look up laws and regulations that will help us. Think about it. We will look up paperwork, look up another black person or whoever's paperwork to see if they told, but not look up information on what laws is being passed in our community every day. When's the next city council meeting? When's the next mayor's, like, meetings that they have every day? Like, most of these meetings, like these city council meetings and stuff, is held every day, or at least a couple days out of the week. We need to go there. We need to protest there. We need to go there and demand justice. We need to demand stuff in our favor. We need to be going there, not going to the Gucci store. Not looting the Gucci store. Not looting fucking Foot Action and shit. Not fucking tearing down the mall. I could care less about a mall. I barely go shopping as it is. I done had this black tee for the past 2 years. I don't care about shopping. Like stuff like that doesn't entice me. So, this is the problems that really needs addressing. And then speaking of Black Lives Matter, that big crock of shit called the Black Lives Matter movement. Let me read y'all the mission statement of Black Lives Matter. Because black men, I keep telling you, they're not for us. When it comes to black men, we are at the bottom of the totem pole. And it has been proven time and time and time again. They use George Floyd's death as a come up for illegal immigration and LGBTQ. This is a fact. They say protect all black women, but listen, it is not all black women. So please do not come on my page or comment attacking me, calling me a fucking sellout, saying I don't like black women, when we know that's fucking false. But when it comes to some black women, we are at the bottom. They would rather date a Spanish guy, an Indian guy, a white guy before they date us. And this is a fact. So, let's go ahead and read the mission statement of the Black Lives Matter. I'm about to read it to you right now. And please, I hope, okay, here we go. Okay. Now it says here. Okay, here we go. Yep, this is all right here. So just, pay attention. We are self-reflexive and do the work required to dismantle cisgender. I don't know what the fuck cisgender is. cisgender privilege, and uplift black trans folk, especially black trans women who continue to be disproportionately impacted by trans antagonistic violence. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. We build a space that affirms black women and is free from sexism, misogyny, and environments in which men are centered. We practice empathy. We engage comrades with the intent to learn about and connect with their contacts. We make our spaces family friendly and engage and enable parents to fully participate with their children. That's a lie. We foster a queer affirming network. There's nothing on black men. Like I'm reading this shit to y'all right now. And hold on, it states here, immigration status. I'm not a fucking immigrant. I've been here all my life. I've been here all my life. So look it up. It's there. It's in here. Where's the stuff to help black men like me? Only thing I heard was children, women, and LGBTQ and immigration. I'm not a fucking immigrant. And this is why I say people really need to do their research, because a lot of people is misinformed. I just read that mission statement to you off the website itself. So I'm not lying. I'm definitely not lying. So we can't say that Black Lives Matter when we don't matter to ourselves. We keep killing ourselves. We keep calling each other bitches and hoes and nigga this and fuck nigga that and bitch ass nigga this and bitch ass nigga that. All this type of shit that we say to each other instead of building each other up. Like, hey, black man, hey, let's start this LLC together. Let's get money. Hey, black queen, my sister, hey, we here buying all this hair for the Koreans. Hey, let's all put our money together. Let's go buy a small little shop or rent out a small shop and let's start this LLC to where black women could come in and get black hair care products. They want to get wigs or weave or whatever, beauty supply products. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So we're not going to address that. Nobody wants to address that. Nobody want to talk about abolishing welfare. That's what we really need to abolish, welfare, child support. Because I know a lot of guys that are good guys. They're good guys. They take care of their kids. They are consistently in their children's lives. Yet we have bitter baby mothers. Excuse me, that either A, the man broke up with them, or B, the man found a better woman. And we have bitter baby mothers that be like, you know what? I don't want to see this black man happy. I'm going down to the courthouse to put his ass on child support so I can reap the benefits of it. This is a fact. I know somebody I don't talk to this guy no more, but I knew somebody right now to this day. His daughter's about to be 7 and 8 years old. For one child, he's paying $600 a month in child support. Come on, come on. Really? And if you listen to my previous Paul season episodes, he explained it. He explained what happened. If you don't know, I'll give you a rundown. So boom, they was together. They was living with each other. He was paying majority of the bills in the house. All he asked her to do, like, hey, get you a little part-time job. You ain't got to get a full-time job. Get a part-time job, you know? So if I need help, I can come to you because we're a team. So while he's working full-time, busting his ass every day, she goes and quit her job, her full-time job, and just started staying home every day. And he gave her chances. But every time he would come home from work, He see her on the couch in her drawers watching TV, not doing shit. He gave her chances until he told her, like, you know what, hey, we can't be together. This is not going to work. You got to go back to your parents' house. She was bitter. And I told them, yo, you are her first true heartbreak. That's why she's not going to take you off child support. She is not going to forget what you did to her. She is bitter. She's not going to forget. And she will never forgive. Meanwhile, she just had a baby for somebody else. Now, black men. Oh, I'm not going to leave. Y'all going to get this slander too. I'm sorry, let me just this camera. I wanted to go live on YouTube tonight, but next time. So boom, black men. We keep talking about the white man doing us dirty, giving us long ass jail sentences, yada yada yada. Listen, we need to stop going to jail. Listen. If you keep doing crime and keep going to jail, obviously something is not working. Something's not working. You might want to get a regular ass job and just be a regular human, fucking just be a regular law-abiding, tax-paying citizen like the rest of us. Because obviously you and crime doesn't mix. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. Same guy who I was just talking about. So he's in a relationship with this woman right now. Her brother is a perennial jailbird. Let me repeat that. He's a perennial jailbird. That means it's a guarantee that when he get out, he's gonna go back in. And it's been happening all his life. In and out of jail. Don't know how to stay out of jail. And every time the judge gave this man chances, like, hey, all you got to do is do this, and this, and that, and I will let you off the hook. Show me that you want to be free. Show me that you want to work. Show me that you want to make a change within yourself. But he keep proving the judge right. So I haven't talked to this guy in a while, but the last time I checked, currently, that man is in jail right now. He's in jail right now. So I won't be surprised if the judge gives him a number he can't do. I won't be surprised. I'm like, yo, the judge gave you 101 chances, and you keep showing up in this man's courtroom. This man could be like, you know what, I'm tired of you. You haven't learned. You don't want to be rehabilitated. So you know what? I'm going to make you think about this for the next 20 years. Get the fuck out of my courtroom. I would say that. Why? Like, we keep going into people's courtrooms. Meanwhile, if it's a white person, chances are, now, let me make one thing clear. There should be zero tolerance for child molestation, sexual assault, murder, robbery. Like, there should be zero tolerance for those. That shouldn't even be 3 strikes you're out. That should be zero tolerance for that. So boom. So say if a white person was selling drugs and they get caught, chances are it's probably their first offense. So of course they're going to get a slap on the wrist. Listen, if I get in trouble right now for drugs, it's going to be my first offense. I'm going to get a slap on the wrist. Because why? Because I've never been up in these people's courtroom. They don't know me from a can of paint. Just like if a white person, got in trouble or whatever, and it's their first charge. So you can't blame the white guy for, getting 2-3 months in jail or probation. It's probably their first charge. But we go to this black guy here, and they probably been in and out this motherfucking courtroom repeatedly. Nobody's ever thought about that? Like I just gave you a perfect example of one. Been in and out the courtroom since he was a teenager. He's a grown man. He's my age. He's my age now. So like I said, I won't be surprised if the judge drops the hammer on him. Won't even be surprised at all. I'm just saying. So the black community, we gotta wake up. Like, right now it's a time where we as a collective, not immigrants, not Spanish, no, black people, the black American community, black Americans, we have to come together. We have to put our feelings to the side. Put your pride to the side. I don't care if you're beefing with the next nigga down the street. We got to put our pride to the side and come together. Because that's the only way we're going to beat the system that y'all claim is oppressing us. Because like I said, I'm not oppressed. I mean, like, I have 2 careers. I have no kids. You know, I pay all my bills on time. I pay all my taxes. I travel. And I never get no pushback from law enforcement. Ever. If they suspected me of doing something, this is what I'm going to do. Right? So they tell me, hey, you know, there's a lot of suspicious activity going on and you might fit the... Listen, once they say you might fit the description, this is what I'm going to do. I'm like, well, sir, if you think I fit the description, let me call a tow truck company. They come tow my truck. You can take me to jail, and we can prove that I'm not the person that did this. So you're going to have to release me, and then I'm going to file a lawsuit. Like, I believe that's what we should start doing. Like, hey, if you know you're innocent, I'm like, okay, hey, you know, I'll play your little game. Let's go to the police station. Let's go through the process. Because after this, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you for a lot of money, and I'm going to win. And you're going to drop all these charges. You're going to expunge all these charges. You're going to take all this shit off my record. I'm going to have a clean slate again. So I believe that's what we should be doing. Now, like I said, this is my opinion. If you don't agree, you don't agree. And that's cool. So that's with that. I've been talking for about 53 minutes so far, you know, but so I got the black community out the way, got the election out the way. Shout out to Tim Scott, the senator of South Carolina, which he had the police reform bill that got shut down by the Democrats yesterday. That got shut down. It got shut down by the Democrats. And now in this reform bill that a black man wrote the reform bill, which was gonna ban chokehold, make lynching a federal crime. The Karens, you know, that be calling the police for no fucking reason, they were gonna start getting penalized. More police training. Like, all this stuff was in the bill, and the Democrats turned the shit down. They said no. And they only needed 4 more votes. So that tells you who is really on your side. Ban chokeholds. No more no-knock warrants nationwide. The Karen law. Oh, you want to call the police for no reason? Okay, we got something for that. And other stuff that was in that bill, the Democrats turned it down. The liberals turned it down. So we could, you know, scratch that off the list. And then, speaking of, I want to go back to something, right? To these protests and this looting that's going on. Now, I don't agree with these people taking down these statues. I don't agree. And then the funny thing is, right? Okay, I don't agree to an extent, and here's why. So, for instance, in South Carolina, they took down the statue of John Calhoun. He was a former vice president of the United States, who was a Democrat who defended slavery. Let me repeat that. John Calhoun, John Caldwell Calhoun, who served as the 7th Vice President of the United States of America. A Democrat. Defended slavery. But they want y'all to vote Democrat. Andrew Jackson was a Democrat too. He opposed the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. This is all true. This is all true shit. The same Democratic Party that didn't have a black official elected into Congress until 1935. Now, like I said with the statues, right? They want to take down the statue of Teddy Roosevelt. Man, listen. This is how I know a lot of y'all don't do research. Y'all misinformed. Teddy Roosevelt is arguably one of the greatest presidents ever. I did numerous reports on this man. I've watched numerous documentaries on this man. His best friend was Booker T. Washington. Did you know that when he took Booker T. Washington and his wife to dinner, they were attacked by his own party. Like his own party resented him for having dinner with Booker T. Washington. That was one of his best friends. So that statue in New York, that's not racist. Wow, because it's fucking 2 Indians on the side of him. That's racist? That's racist? Come on, people. Like, that's not racist. Then they took down the statue in Boston of fucking Ulysses S. Grant, who was the Commander General of the Union. He was not a part of the Confederacy. He was the one that created Reconstruction. And they took that down. That's how I know y'all misinformed. He was on our side. Abraham Lincoln, they want to take down, he freed the slaves. Don't you see what's going on? These liberals, these Black Lives Matter movement, these radical leftists, they're trying to erase history. They're trying to erase American history. This shit, they already erased some of it when they put that shit, when they put the bullshit in the textbooks. When I was going through school. That's why I say you have to do your own research, your own independent research, so therefore you could form your own opinion. I did my research, read countless books, countless articles, countless documentaries. So I'm here coming to you today with my opinion. And it's not an ignorant opinion, it's a factual opinion. Because my opinion is swayed more into being facts than it is opinion. Like I said, Andrew Jackson, when it came to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, they told us, fuck you. That's what he told us. Fuck you. Y'all just a piece of property. Y'all not human beings to me. So black community, we have to wake up. It's time to really wake up. Really do your research. I don't agree with abolishing the police. Hell no. Don't want it to happen. If anything, like I said, we need to abolish abortion, abolish child support, abolish welfare, abolish Section 8. We need to abolish these programs that have been keeping us under for the past God knows how long. Like God knows how long. So we about an hour in, right? So I just want to leave you guys off with this last bit of opinion that I have. So like I said, the election is slowly but fastly approaching. What I would say is to watch the debates. watch the debates, do your research on both of them. Chances are you're not going to have a lot of stuff on Trump because, like I said, he's been in office. He's been in politics 3.5 years. But there's a lot of shit on Joe Biden. It's a lot. A lot of stuff you might not like. So, I would say vote for who has your best interests. But also look up the facts before you make a decision that's going to cost you. Because when I post stuff on social media or whatever, or make an Insta story or whatever, I'm coming with facts. I'm not coming with fiction. I'm not coming with fiction. I'm coming with facts. No, I don't I do not support the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't support these athletes that want to come out and say something knowing damn well these motherfuckers is wealthy. These motherfuckers is rich. And if y'all really want to make a difference, go in these black communities. Y'all make millions of dollars every year. Why don't you go help somebody in a black community that have a business idea to where they won't have to go to a bank and ask for a bank loan. I would rather have LeBron James give me $50,000 to do my business. To build my business up. That's just me. One last point before I go. Shout out to Ron DeSantis for passing that the bill, the $500 million. So teachers all over the state of Florida is pretty much getting a nice little pay raise. A total of $500 million. So $500 million is going to teachers. And black people were still complaining about that shit too. We'll talk about that another time. But now Florida has went from top 25 in the country in teacher pay to top 5 in teacher pay. So I definitely want to commend our great governor, Ron DeSantis, on that. I definitely want to commend him. So we're coming towards the end of our great little, this little opinionated discussion. I believe this was very informative. Now, like I said, you can take my opinion with a grain of salt. If you want to comment, if you want to listen, you can do whatever you want to do. You can come on my page and call me a coon and call me all that other bullshit. I don't care, because you're not gonna beat me when it comes to fighting or shooting. So I really don't care. But like I said, look up the facts first before you go make a decision that's ultimately going to cost you. So, not even going to say no more. This is Cadero. This is Paul Season, signing out.